Yesterday was mine and Helen's third wedding anniversary. I'm now officially a pro bant, but I've certainly learnt a few things anyway along the way. I think of a time when we had been married for a couple of months and we hadn't really talked about chores in the house and stuff like that. We were basically just getting on with it, and I had done bin day every single week for weeks, and it was Monday night and it had been a long night, and I was tired. And I just couldn't be bothered to do the bins, but our bins were overflowing and they needed doing. And me and Helen had this Barney because I basically said, look, why can't you take your turn doing the bins for once? What's going on? It's a feeling that had been bubbling up inside me for ages, and it just went and exploded like that. I share that because I've been reflecting recently on Matthew chapter 18, verses 15 to 17. Where Jesus gives some really helpful, really practical advice on relationships. You see, Jesus knows relationships aren't always about that honeymoon period, that people fall out, that even in the church things aren't always going to be hunky-dory. And so this is what he says. If your brother sins against you, go and show him his fault, just between the two of you. If he listens to you, you have won your brother over. But if he will not listen, take one or two others along, so that every matter may be established by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. If he refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church, and if he refuses to listen to the church, treat him as you would a pagan or a tax collector. Interesting passage. And if I apply that to the story of me and Helen in the bins, I know things would have gone differently. It wouldn't have been building up in me week after week and making me more... and also I know that as soon as we talked about it properly, actually she explained her reasons and said what she was doing at the same time, and it all made sense. Conflict avoided. However, sometimes tempers do rage, and then it tells you what to do. Take another friend, and then eventually go to your church elders, to your church leadership, and actually ask them to help you resolve this issue together. I want to quickly flag up though the opposite of what it says in here, what not to do. It says go and talk to that person. If you're talking to everyone else, the issue's not being resolved. That's called gossip. And yes, sometimes you need to ask for advice or whatever, but I'd be really careful that you never fall into that zone of gossip, because it can be really poisonous to all of your relationships. Now, Jesus didn't actually have a Facebook account, but interestingly that he says go face to face. I'm sure we've all had times when you've seen something on Facebook and it's made you angry, and you perhaps have written blah, 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 and regretted it straight away, or someone has misunderstood something you've said. When you're talking face to face, that's gone. That whole threat is gone. I'd really encourage you not to rebuke, not to try and correct one another online. It's dangerous, it doesn't work, it just upsets people. Talk to people face to face, one-on-one. It's not an accident that this Bible verse finds itself in between one about lost sheep and another story about someone who's unforgiving. You see, this is so important. We need to challenge each other. We need to keep each other accountable so that people don't wander off, so people don't go down the wrong path and get lost. But also we need to do it for forgiveness so that we can forgive other people too. There's both really great stories, read them. I think it was Mandela who said that resentment is like drinking poison and expecting your enemies to die. We need to address resentment, conflict, unforgiveness in ourselves for our own sake, before it poisons all our relationships, the way we look at ourselves, and most importantly, our relationship with God. So spend time this week, read Matthew chapter 18, ask him to reveal the things inside you that you've not resolved, and ask for his help in correcting that with him.